Hey everybody, welcome back to Whiteboard Finance. My name is Marco and I'm here to help you master your money and build your wealth. Today's video is sponsored by Dizraptor, but more on that later. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 5 simple habits that will significantly increase your net worth over time. Notice that the title says that these are simple habits. However, these will not be easy to implement without self-discipline and accountability. Every successful entrepreneur, athlete, and investor I know implements a majority of these habits in their own lives. Let's get right into it. Stay tuned. Okay, habit number 1 is committing fully to yourself. Committing to yourself is exactly what it sounds like. You need to have a vision for your life, LT stands for long term, and you need to stick with it. Building your net worth is about building a castle brick by brick, and in order to do that, we need to start with a strong foundation, which is you. Your exact plan to increase your income and invest that income can and will change over time because life events happen that are out of our control. However, an intrinsic will, irrational optimism, and then also high risk tolerance, especially at a young age, are going to be your best assets for building wealth. Discipline and good behavioral habits need to be established first. These are things like emotional control, healthy diet, and most importantly, never-ending learning. All successful people that I know are lifelong learners and are incredibly humble. They're the first to admit when they're wrong or if they make a mistake, and they're the first to admit if they don't know something. However, they will immediately make an effort to find out and educate themselves. Commit fully to yourself and become a lifelong learner to master habit number 1. Okay, habit 2 is increasing your marketability. This falls under my philosophy that increasing your income will always be better than increasing your savings rate. Obviously, you need to do both, but you can't be a professional athlete that blows it all. But I know this may rub some people the wrong way, but you can only build your wealth so much by cutting expenses. You need to increase your marketability because the society that we live in, our compensation is usually directly reflected by the amount of value that we bring to the marketplace. So more value equals higher income. So how do we increase our marketability? This comes with marketable skills, education, creativity, and most importantly, problem solving. Not only do these things make you more desirable and sought after, these things make you hireable, but they also make you more valuable as a person to yourself. This not only makes you employable, but it also makes you self-employable, which is the ultimate job security in my opinion. Use the discipline that we mentioned in habit 1 to leverage resources at your disposal to build your overall skill set to increase your marketability. No one can take from you the knowledge and skills that sits within your own head. The knowledge that you have is yours to keep forever. Okay, habit number 3 is to start building your cash flows. So now that we're fully committed to ourselves from habit 1 and we've increased our value to the marketplace in habit number 2, habit number 3 is going to be building out our cash flows. So how do we do this? So there's a number of different ways we can do this. We can invest in cash flowing assets such as real estate or dividend stocks, or we can use our skills from habit number 2 and take on contract work, side hustles or side projects, potentially start an online business that pays us while we sleep, or even start a YouTube channel, for example. I know that's not for everyone, but it is a realistic goal. You need to turn yourself into a productive asset and then turn your returns into productive assets. So let me repeat that for the people in the back. You need to turn yourself into a productive asset, then turn your returns into productive assets by investing. So this myth of passive income does not exist until you actually develop a critical mass or an investment nest egg. Passive income is really quite active and only comes after you make a concerted effort to bring it into your life. So take this YouTube channel, for example. I'm still making money from videos that I made 5 years ago, and that work is done and over with. I only took the time to do it once. So creating passive income for yourself usually starts as a 9 to 5, followed by a 5 to 9, but through effort, these assets will grow over time. I didn't make a single penny from this channel for the first 1.5 years. Now it's a full-time income. The bottom line is to leverage your marketability to build multiple streams of cash flows over time. Habit 4 is to structure a solid investment portfolio. Since my viewers range in age, income, geography, and other important factors, I can't possibly recommend one size to fit all when it comes to investing. Investing is based on risk tolerance, age, time preference, and financial status. However, I will say that the major asset classes that most people will benefit from are a long-term mix of equities, aka stocks, real estate, some form of precious metals, some form of cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin in my case, and some form of scarce assets such as collectibles, land, things like that. So as the market is now shifting from growth back to value, it may make sense for people to start looking at dividend stocks again as opposed to high-flying growth stocks. So real estate may start to correct over the next year or so. It may make sense for people to start saving up money in their war chest to take advantage of a correction in real estate. All of those different asset classes will serve a different purpose depending on where you're at in your wealth building or wealth preservation journey. The point is to consistently invest over time in order to have your assets work for you as opposed to you working for your assets. This comes in the form of a solid investment portfolio, which is why this is number 4. So as you are younger, you're able to take on more risk, and some of the biggest returns have come from investing in private companies such as SpaceX, for example. With that being said, here's a word from today's sponsor, Dizraptor, on how to do just that. The key to increasing your net worth is your ability to look wider. In addition to boring real estate investing, popular stocks, and ETFs, there are dozens of innovative industries and companies that grow faster than others. This is where Dizraptor, a private market investing app, can help you. Here's one for you. The space industry is rapidly growing, outpacing the global GDP growth rates, but space is too complex to invest in. Which company, or at least which area of the space industry, is better to choose? SpaceX is literally dominating private space exploration. It has it all: reusable rockets, transportation of people and cargo, global satellite internet, deep space exploration, and more. A good option if you don't want to choose among hundreds of space startups. According to Morgan Stanley, most institutional investors believe SpaceX to become more valuable than Tesla over the long term. SpaceX raises the largest rounds in the market, its capitalization is growing in big leaps, and it already has surpassed $120 billion. Are you ready to be part of this growth? But how? SpaceX is in no hurry to go public, but I will show you a great opportunity to invest in SpaceX right now. Dizraptor app allows you to invest in private companies as easily as you would trade on a stock market. Choose an offer, read an in-depth analysis of the company, tap the invest button, pass verification. That's it. You are able to invest in breakthrough tech giants even before they go public. Investing in private companies is no longer the privilege of millionaires. The offers on Dizraptor app are available to accredited retail investors. Some of them start at only $1,000. All the offers you see are handpicked by Dizraptor analysts from hundreds of private companies. Right in the app, you can build your own strong private equity portfolio. And clearly, one of the hottest offers on this app is SpaceX. This is the private market icon, so don't miss out and hurry up before this offer is closed. You can download Dizraptor app and apply for this investment via the link below. Habit number 5 is don't compare yourself to others. I see this from a lot of people of all ages, whether you're in high school, whether you're a senior citizen. I tend to see this all the time in one form or another. When you start your first job making more money, you look up to your colleagues and bosses who make more money than you, and you want to be like them, for example. So your coworker gets a nice car, you want to get a nice car. Your neighbor gets a boat, you want to get a boat. Stop comparing yourself to others. Comparing yourself to others is one of the quickest ways to get down on yourself or even become depressed. This is a huge confidence killer, okay? Because it will derail all of the progress you've made up until this point from steps 1 through 4. A huge perpetrator of this is essentially social media in a nutshell, because people are always posting a highlight reel of their own lives. By building habits 1 through 4 mentioned throughout this video, you don't need to worry about habit number 5 or avoid habit number 5. Everyone is on their own journey in life, and they will get there on their own pace as long as they truly practice habits 1 through 4. Once you get through habits 1 through 4 and you start to see success, habit 5 is a natural human characteristic. I mean comparing yourselves to others. I mean practice habit 5 by not comparing. What I'm trying to say is don't compare yourself to others. You want to keep up with the Joneses once you start making a little bit of money and compete with others, which in my opinion is one of the most fruitless endeavors that you could possibly take on as a human being. If you have friends that are only your friends because of the things you have, then these aren't your true friends to begin with. A good measuring stick is to be loyal to people who are loyal to you before you found success or before you achieved anything. That's how you know these people don't have any ulterior motive for wanting to be in your life. So bottom line is, don't compare yourself to others when on your wealth building journey. Now we're gonna get into my thoughts to end the video. Okay, so here are my thoughts to end the video. So step number 1, we committed to ourselves, fully and truly committed to ourselves. Step number 2, we increased our marketability and the value that we bring to the marketplace. Step number 3 is we built out our cash flows. Step number 4 is that we started to invest those cash flows, right? Number 5 is where it kind of starts to get tricky. We don't want to start comparing ourselves to others, okay? So this is a YouTube video. Obviously, you're either listening to this at the gym, in your car, on a walk, walking your dog, on a bike ride, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is easy to understand in concept, and that's why it's called the 5 simple steps, to building wealth or increasing your net worth, because they really are simple. But the discipline and the accountability is the hard part, doing this consistently over decades, 10, 20, 30 years in some cases. So you're gonna be faced with challenges, whether you're already successful or whether you're young watching this video, whether you're middle-aged, doesn't matter. You can already think of some scenarios in your head where, hey, I just got this new sales role, or I'm a real estate agent, or I'm a basketball manager, or I work in some sort of client-facing position. Is my client gonna take me seriously if I pull up in a rusty Toyota Corolla or in a brand new Porsche, right? Things like that really do make an impact, and that's where you kind of get tested, right? So I guess my whole point to this ramble is that if you don't already have a plan in mind in the beginning for what you wanna do with this money, you're never gonna be content. You're always gonna be leasing the new car to impress people that you don't really even care about. You're gonna be in that never-ending hamster wheel, and there's gonna be no point to building all this wealth, is my point. The beauty of it is if you already have a plan in mind and you start to build this money, remember, money is just freedom units. It's just freedom points. It's just buying you options in life. That's all it is, right? If you don't have a plan for this money ahead of time, it's going to control you. So money is a good servant, but not a good master. So my point to this is that have a plan, stick with it, don't change. I know sometimes people change in their careers, sometimes they change in life, sometimes they get dealt a bad hand. Try to stay focused. I know it's easier said than done, but if you truly follow these 5 steps, you will finish off better than 85% of most people, right? And even the people that have more money than you, sometimes they're miserable and you don't even know the problems that they're going through because of the money they have. So I guess the point of this ramble is just to be content and understand why you're doing these things to increase your net worth or increase your cash flows, if you will. As always, I hope you got value out of this video. Check out the link in the description below for Whiteboard Finance University. It is my private school, private community, private live streams with me. I divulge everything I'm investing in, buying, selling, macro trends, teachers, everything. I don't do a good job of selling that on here because I don't really care, because I know once the school starts rolling, the testimonials will speak for themselves. So thank you so much for watching. Have a prosperous day. Hey, real quick, I'm not gonna do anything funny at the end of the video, even though I'll probably timestamp this with LOL just so you watch. Down in the comments below, I'm genuinely interested about any success stories from people that you know that basically started from nothing. Not necessarily inheriting a bunch of money or being lucky sperm, being built or born into a really, really rich family. I'm talking about people that literally made it from scratch. Let me know down below, leave a story, I would love to hear them. Thank you so much.